Hello, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us for today's WiCyS webinar. I'm so excited that we're going to be talking about the WiCyS Student Chapter initiative. We have lots of great programming that's coming ahead, and we are so lucky that we have Ashika and Mira joining us as Student Chapter Presidents. And then we have our leads, the WiCyS Student Chapter leads. We have Vitaly and Pauline, and everyone will be doing a round of introductions in just a moment. But first, I want to kick off this webinar by saying hi and introducing myself. My name is Lynn Dome. I'm Women in Cybersecurity Executive Director. We often go by our acronym WiCyS, and we spell that WiCYS. We pronounce it WiCyS like we sisters, because that's exactly what we are. We are a global cyber sisterhood. So our mission is to recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity, and we do so by creating opportunities. We are a member-based organization. We have over 5,800 members with representation in over 70 countries. We also have 52 professional affiliates, which are industry professionals. And there are many WiCyS organizations all throughout Africa, Australia, Canada, France, India, Pakistan, the UK, and throughout the United States. We have specialty affiliates like WiCyS Artificial Intelligence, WiCyS BISO, WiCyS Critical Infrastructure. We have one for cloud security, one for data privacy and cybersecurity law. We have LGBTQ plus pride. We have one for neurodiversity, military. You get the picture. Wherever there's a topic, we form a community around it so that opportunities and advancement extend from that. And in addition to that, we are so super proud that we have over 180 student chapters, with Microsoft Philanthropies funding a global student chapter initiative for us to reach many, many more countries and community colleges and universities and technical institutions, and all of you that are joining us here today, for you to learn more about the WiCyS organization and hopefully walk away empowered and excited to launch your own student chapter. So what do we do? Since our mission is to recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity, we create opportunities. We have an online member forum where all our members network and connect. We have skill development training programs like the Security Training Scholarship made possible by Google, Meta, and Bloomberg. Target has built out a Cyber Defense Challenge. We have Fortinet offering the NSE 4 certification exam. AWS builds out a roadmap. AWS Game Day is tomorrow, so just a reminder, if you signed up, that it is going on tomorrow, and that was limited to 350 attendees. So it's super exciting about that. But we have Science Institute and so many other strategic partners that invest their time and attention in building out training programs for us. We offer scholarship grants and awards not only to our conference, which our conference is going to be coming up March 16th to 18th in Denver, Colorado. And our scholarship applications are open right now. So just a little fun fact, if you haven't checked out our website, WiCyS.org, go under the 2023 conference and you'll see that our call for participation is open, and also all our scholarship opportunities are open till October 31st. But we offer scholarship grants and awards to our conference and to other conferences as well. Our Cyber Talent Emergency Fund is something we're going to be talking about in just a little bit. And we have speaking and media opportunities so that our members can be what others can see. And that's the cybersecurity professionals that they are. Our Job Board Plus is a place where the strategic partners recruit from year-round. All our members are able to upload their resumes, update their profiles, and get recruited from there. And then we have apprenticeships. We have internships. Another thing is our internship program. Our applications are open right now, too. So you might want to check that out on our website. But we participate in leadership summits, leadership series. We have a speakers bureau. We have a mentor-mentee program. And all of that is looked at internally and externally by our equity advancement or equity advocacy committee that ensures that we're leading with allyship, inclusion, and equity internally and externally. So there's a lot going on, and we owe all that thanks to our strategic partners. And our tier one is AWS, Bloomberg, Carnegie Mellon Software Engineering Institute, Cisco, Fortinet, Google, Intel, Lockheed Martin, Meta, Microsoft, Optum, Sandia National Labs, and SentinelOne. But the purpose of today is for us just to do a high-level overview of this is the student chapter. This is all the reasons why we think you should launch one. and we want to answer your questions. So at the bottom of your screen, there's this area for you to put your questions in. So if anything arises and you've thought that you want answered, just put it in that chat and we'll answer it live at the end of today's session. And if you're joining us and you're new to WiCyS, subscribe to our newsletter. We move at like such an incredible rapid rate. This is the best and easiest way to stay connected with the organization. So a little bit about the WiCyS Student Chapter Initiative. So our mission is to recruit, retain, and advance women in cybersecurity. And we know that we could recruit all you want, but that place comes, that opportunities extend itself from this place of belonging and cultivating that culture of inclusion. And so our WiCyS student chapters really hone in on our mission of retention, because as women are coming into these community colleges, institutions, universities, cybersecurity programs, there has to be a place where they belong, where opportunities can extend themselves from there. And there's always a launching pad and a starting point. And that's where the student chapters come into place. So the Global Student Chapter Initiative has been ongoing for a few years, but recently we have been funded by Microsoft Philanthropies to extend this opportunity far and wide. And so we're going to share more about the student chapters, what we do for you, the seed funding we provide, the scholarship opportunities that come from it, being a part of Global Cyber Sisterhood, and every other piece of information that we could possibly share with you and answer for you will happen here today. So with that, I am going to, let's see here, pass the mic over to Pauline to take it from here.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Pauline Mosley. I'm faculty at Pace University, and I'm happy today to be able to share these few moments with you with Ashika, who's Vice President of Student Chapter here at Pace University, and also Myra, who's joining us again as president of her respective college or university. And today we want to share with you, we want to convince you in the next few minutes why you should be a pioneer, be a leader, go out and start a WiCyS student chapter. So we want you to build a supportive campus community. As Lynn just mentioned, a campus community where we sisters can strive, can be encouraged, can be motivated, can be innovative, can be creative. So you're going to hear from the front lines, Ashika and Myra, why they jumped into becoming a WiCyS member and then moving on up to becoming a leader. And you're going to hear from them firsthand the benefits of why starting a chapter, belonging to a WiCyS chapter is so beneficial and so critical and so pivotal in a woman's career and her career trajectory and being successful. So at this time, I'm going to ask Ashika if she would please introduce herself and tell us in a few words, what does WiCyS really mean to you and how has it impacted your life?
Sure. So thank you for the opportunity in the first place. So I'm Ashika, a graduate student of Pace University. Personally, WiCyS is like a tight-knit of community of women in technology and cybersecurity who inspire each other and inspire them to be their best self. So that's what WiCyS is to me. And WiCyS has given me many opportunities. So if you just go and click on my LinkedIn profile, you'll know how thankful I am to WiCyS. So that's the short version I can say here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Myra?
Yes, hello, I'm Mira. I'm a junior at Worcester Polytechnic Institute. And as stated previously, I'm the president of my local chapter. What WiCyS means to me so much. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how long do I have. I I discovered WiCyS my freshman year of college when I was remote because it was 2020, and I just found such an amazing community of women who are so supportive of each other. And as I've grown through the ranks of WiCyS, I've learned so much about the larger WiCyS global community, and just seeing a supportive group of women ready to help each other with career things, help each other to learn more things in cyber. It's just been so incredible.
Well, thank you so much, Myra and Ashika. So you might be on your campus wondering in the first semester, first couple of days, maybe you're the only female in your class, in a computer class, in a math class, in a science class. This is one of the reasons why you need to think about creating a WiCyS chapter at your respective college, university, or campus to create that supportive campus community. Because as women, you need that support, you need that encouragement, you need to know that you're not alone. Another reason, very important reason as to why you might want to have a chapter is leadership. Being part of this organization cultivates leadership skills. It also gives you leadership opportunities in the global cyber sisterhood, as Myra so mentioned. So I'm going to ask Ashika, what kind of leadership skill building opportunities did you obtain by becoming a WiCyS member or as a chapter vice president?
Okay. So first and foremost, organizing the student chapter meeting itself gives you a lot of skills. Like you have to be social, you have to go ping people who are ready to be a speaker at your university or is ready to spend time training the students at the university. So my overall cybersecurity domain radius and network itself increased being in WiCyS community. Secondly, if you look within the university, when there is any student research or assistantship opportunities, they look for some kind of leaders who are responsible. So taking up a leadership opportunity in WiCyS gave me an internship opportunity at my university as well. So it's not just external. So even internally within your university, you have a chance to showcase your skills. So I was selected to be a part of the Gen Cyber program, which was organized by Dr. Pauline. And I even received a Spiro bot. With this, we literally trained the high school students in the cybersecurity skills. And so I think it's awesome, right? You just have a little robot and you're teaching cybersecurity for high school students. So what else you need? So I think this is all a leader needs, you know?
Thank you so much, Ashika. And if we were to expand this further, did you get a chance or opportunity to outreach to the global cyber community?
Yes, of course. The opportunity was not just restricted within the university. So WiCyS gave me a scholarship for the conference twice. So I visited for 2 consecutive years being a student chapter leader. So when I went to the WiCyS conference, my area of research was user experience in cybersecurity. So I was looking forward to people who are interested in the same research domain. And I just posted a note in the conference app, and literally I got in touch with 2 people. One was from Google. She's still on my LinkedIn page. She's still guiding me and she's giving me valuable feedbacks. And I was surprised to know that she was one of the people who was the first one when they were developing the OTP, which became a very common thing right now. But OTP was initially developed by her. And I was so happy that a woman in technology was involved in creation of the OTP, and she's still guiding me. And she was from Europe, and so it was global. Her perspective differs. I'm from India, so my perspective differs. People in US are different. So yeah, WiCyS gives that opportunity as well to everyone.
Awesome. And you can see that being a part of this WiCyS community opens doors where you are engaged with other women in cybersecurity, as Akeisha just said, for mentorship, for encouragement, for advice. You might be thinking, okay, do I have to be an expert in order to join the WiCyS? To join a club? What if I don't know anything about cybersecurity? What would you say on that, Akeisha?
I will say you need not be an expert in cybersecurity at all. So cybersecurity has become a part of everyone. We all use mobile phones, we use gadgets, and the basic knowledge of cybersecurity is required for every one of us. And even if you don't know anything, you don't even know what cybersecurity is, this club welcomes everyone and educates them based on their level of expertise. For instance, if you're already an ethical hacker, then there is a room full of opportunities for you to focus on that domain. If you are a beginner and just want to know what CTF itself is, then yes, you have an opportunity for that as well. So you need not be an expert, just having the curiosity to know something or be a part of the community itself gives you all that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ashika. So in one or two sentences, what words of wisdom would you leave our audience, would like to leave with our audience today regarding like summarizing these reasons on your experience with WiCyS, if you were to convince them that they should be a part of a WiCyS student chapter or take the initiative to start one right in their own, on their own campus, what would you say?
Yeah. So, you believe it or not, I was very new to cybersecurity when I started my graduate school, and I was not sure whether to join the club or not. But I took a leap of faith and joined the club, and I also started to compete in contests like the CTFs, the certifications which was available, and everything was sponsored by WiCyS. And so, each time I cleared a level in maybe a CTF. So if you take WiCyS, if you go and see their initiatives, you will have a tier-based or level-based programs or scholarship trainings. So each level, when you clear each level, you get a badge which you can post on your LinkedIn. And each time I post a badge, I get a bunch of interview requests to my LinkedIn messages. So the old days where the students go and search for a job is no more. If you have the right skills, the employer is there and is ready to provide you an interview offer just like that. And I think that says it all, right? As students, all we are looking for is opportunity, and you will have it if you have the right set of skills, and WiCyS is there to help you on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Keisha. So we have a few more reasons, and I'm going to turn to Myra to get her input and her perspective as a president. First of all, Myra, you might be saying to yourself right now in the audience, well, what is the impact or the effectiveness that WiCyS is going to have on my skills? So I'm going to ask Myra, what were your cyber skills before you joined WiCyS and after WiCyS? So our audience can get a picture of a before and after, so they can see in their mind visually why it is so important and so beneficial to them to be part of this community.
Yeah, definitely. So I will say that I didn't know anything about cyber really when I first came into college and joined WiCyS. I think I knew what a capture the flag competition was, but that was about it. And throughout my time, so 3 years as an undergraduate so far, I've learned all about cyber forensics, network security, and so many other things. I even got an internship over the summer that was working with software development and security. So I've really, really built up my skills. And I think, yeah, WiCyS is definitely an organization. Like I know my local club, our local chapter is very beginner friendly because from my own experience, I know a lot of people join and say, I don't know what cyber is, but I'm interested to learn more. And I think that's really the spirit that we're trying to capture.
Thank you so much, Myra. So yes, one of the reason number 6 is you have the opportunity to engage and network with some of the world's biggest cybersecurity players. And as Myra so eloquently said, participate in team competitions. These team competitions cultivate confidence. We all need to be more confident in order to succeed in what we do. And so, although, WiCyS is great for exposing women into cybersecurity, but at the core of that, it's really cultivating efficacy and confidence and esteem within women, which we so badly need when we break these barriers and break these ceilings. It gives you the courage to discover new opportunities. So Myra, can you tell us, as part of your experience of being a member and then ascending up the ranks to becoming a president, what did you discover any new opportunities?
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, the one thing I knew was CTF competition. So I definitely wanted to participate in those through WiCyS. So for a few years, I've competed in the National Cyber League competition, which is both an individual and team game. And we had sponsorships by WiCyS to attend those. Recently, the past year, we've also worked through the CyberStart competition, both competitions were super beginner friendly and super exciting and satisfying to complete. I know Lynn mentioned the AWS Game Day. I'm very excited to attend that tomorrow. So there's always opportunities that are coming by. But I think through each of these team competitions that we've been working through, like my local chapters always had conversations about, imposter syndrome, and because I know the first time I started a competition, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. But I had my chapter there to support me. And now I'm that support for people. And it's just such an awesome experience. And I'm always looking out for new, on those newsletters, always looking out for new competitions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Myra, for sharing your experience and the support that you've received from WiCyS, as well as giving the support and all these wonderful opportunities of finding opportunities within yourself, internship opportunities, and exclusive WiCyS opportunities. So again, I'm going to ask you just to summarize in 1 or 2 sentences, like Ashika did so very well. What would you like to leave our audience with? What would you like to share with our participants today in regards to launching a WiCyS chapter? What would you like to leave with them?
Yeah, so I think WiCyS is an organization that will meet you wherever you're at in your cybersecurity journey. So whether beginner or experience, as mentioned previously, and just give you the resources like mentors, like the online webinars, lots of online resources to succeed. So whether you're just starting out a chapter or, have been interested for a while in starting a chapter, there's a bunch of different things. Vitaly has really helped us through our chapter creation and just helping us succeed. WiCyS gives a lot of great resources for me as a chapter leader to continue to make my chapter a success. So I think it definitely, if anyone in the audience is considering, just do it. I'll say it really. We're here to support, and we really want to make sure that women in cyber are have their voices elevated by our program. And I, as a chapter leader, have definitely experienced that. So yeah, just do it.
Well, thank you so much, Ashika and Myra, for taking your time out today and to share with our audience your experience and to confirm and make a more reality of these 10 reasons as to why you should launch a WiCyS Student Chapter today. So we hope that you will take the challenge and start that chapter today. We are here to support you. Know that this is not just an ordinary student club. This is really something for life, a lifelong. This is a lifelong experience and a lifelong community that you will create and you will continue. Just like Ashika said, she has already graduated and she's forever part of the WiCyS community. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over back to Lynn.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Pauline. And thank you, ladies, for sharing your insight about the WiCyS student chapters. You you hit it all. You filled it up with so much love. And I love how you said that this is just the beginning. This is the extension. It is lifelong. I mean, this community, I think back about a female professional in the cybersecurity workforce that I aspired to. And it wasn't until I found my community in 2018 when I attended my first WiCyS conference when it was here in Chicago. And it was at that point where my network was formed and my community was found and my career advanced and extended from that. But that was the first time that I belonged to a woman in cybersecurity community myself. And then 1 year later, it was a great honor to be asked, as I was, more immersed and very, deeply embedded within the WiCyS organization, to consider applying for the executive director role. So that is even how I myself found my way through my career, is through the WiCyS organization. So things to do. So back to the student chapters. Enough about me and back to you all. Things to do. I mean, I think everyone on the call did a wonderful job already explaining everything that they're doing and gave great examples. But you could host and build a CTF. You could have a hackathon, cyber competitions, anything that anyone is experiencing, going out there, doing those different type of competitions, coming back to the student chapter and sharing their experiences. That is a lesson to be taught for others to be able to learn from your experiences. And that's what the student chapters do, is they create this space for these conversations to be had so that everyone feels more comfortable doing more within their what's advancing them in their careers. So you could participate in different writing competitions. You could have a cyber movie night, just bring everyone together and have a good time and, have a conversation about that. You could learn and teach different concepts. So as one individual is excelling and learning a certain cyber concept, she could come to the student chapter club that's on the campus and be able to share that with the chapter and utilize it as an open learning experience with a Q&A session, and everyone can learn and grow from there. You could have a cyber trivia night, technical workshops. You could host a career development panel with industry professionals. Like Pauline said, this is lifelong. And with every student chapter, there's an extension of that, and that's a professional affiliate. So as you move into your career, now you're an industry professional, then you join your professional affiliate. You stay a part of the WiCyS global organization. But if you're looking to tap into a community, we have 5,800 WiCyS members that are all ready to pay it forward and provide their time and opportunity for others. So you tap into the WiCyS community itself through your student chapter. You could host a speed networking event, a resume workshop, mock interviews. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And actually, the student chapter leaders are meeting this evening. And what's going to come from those conversations is innovation and creativity. We're not here as an organization to tell you how to have your student chapter. You're here as an individual to help develop your leadership skills, to help identify what does your community need on your campus, and how could you bring the community together and make something happen. So, but those brainstorming ideas really extend from there. And I loved that, Ashika, that you mentioned about the tiered badges, the digital badges that you put on your LinkedIn profile. We love them. And with each student chapter that you join, all members of that student chapter receive this badge for you all to showcase on your LinkedIn profile, for you to tag the WiCyS organization, for you to make sure that you have it on your Twitter profile or any different social media. So you're showcasing your commitment to yourself, to others. And that really is impactful, that when recruiters are assessing different career placement opportunities, your digital footprint does matter. They are looking at you and how are you showing up. And when you're a part of a WiCyS student chapter, if you're taking a leadership role as a WiCyS student chapter president, as you're joining our mentor-mentee group, as you join, our different type of skill development training programs or the AWS game day or everything that you're doing, you're showcasing all this on your social platforms so that others can learn more about your experiences as well. So with that, I will pass the mic on over to Vitaly to take it from here and go over the benefits.
Sure. So as you heard already from Lynn, Ashika, and Mira, there are lots of initiatives at WiCyS that are provided to members. But at some point during our WiCyS lifetime, we actually thought, can we do better? And indeed we can. We can with your help. You can bring this global community back to you on campus, at your college, at your university, technical college or whatnot, even high school. And the idea here is to actually build that community locally with the help of the WiCyS Global. And we have lots of benefits that were already covered by this Q&A just preceded a few minutes ago. You can see on the list here, there are a ton of leadership opportunity development, a ton of community development. There are things that you can build together. You can do cross-chapter events. So we already probably said a million times WiCyS chapter, but we may not have defined it yet. It is a student club on campus that has a larger umbrella belonging to WiCyS organization. And it can be established by a student who would like to lead the chapter. Typically, that student becomes a student chapter president. And also, student chapter president would find a faculty advisor, and both of those people would be leading the chapter initially. They would be able to find later and recruit other officers. And all these benefits, one way or the other, will come into play when you start meeting on campus. Typically, of course, during these past 2 years, people have been struggling meeting on campus. So on Zoom, of course, was also a backup plan. And some of the chapters actually still do this. And we use Zoom as a platform for cross-chapter events, which was a pretty popular thing. So I've seen also a few questions specifically about these benefits, as well as establishing the chapter in general. So I'm going to just go down the list and start answering those. To establish a chapter, originally, the chapter president must be a WiCyS member. And faculty advisors receive complimentary membership. So if you cannot find one, and if you are a student chapter leader, you would be able to provide this information to professors that you know of and potentially find a faculty advisor. And together with a faculty advisor, you will be building a chapter on campus. It could be already the case that you have a cybersecurity club on campus. And guess what? The chapter can be a part of it. If you don't want to, maybe there is no opportunity to create a separate one, or maybe there is no purpose for it. Then you can just join together the forces with the existing cybersecurity club or computer science club and tap into the resources that WiCyS provides back to you, your students, your peers, your friends on campus. So typically the process is very, very simple. We have an application on the website, and after you fill it out, we would reach out back to you with a bunch of resources. We would connect you on Discord with all other chapter leaders. We would set up meetings with you monthly. We meet for chapter leader meetings. Actually, one of them is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be discussing things that are happening within the organization, as well as what activities everybody planned out, what challenges they may encounter. We try to solve problems together every single month. Besides that, of course, there is a large conference that is going to happen in March. And chapters often, lots of chapters send lots of students to that conference. Chapter presidents are guaranteed to receive a scholarship to attend the conference after their application. So there are lots of benefits to that. In addition to this, Lynn already mentioned that we do provide funding for chapters, and you can apply for that. You can do this either in August or January, depending when you establish a chapter. The funding is provided for a whole academic year, and that funding is provided for you to spend on food, pizza, drinks, t-shirts, Raspberry Pis if you need to get some, right? It's a support of your local community, getting engaging activities done whenever you need it. And you can meet once a month. Some chapters meet twice a month. Other larger chapters start meeting 5 times a month, 6, 10 times a month sometimes, depending on what would they like to do. Like Mira mentioned that she participated in many CTFs. Quite often it happens that chapter would have a branch or spin-off of a group of people who just want to do lots of CTFs. And of course, they would be meeting separately, preparing for those, getting pizza and drinks, and again, participating in the competitions. There are lots of opportunities, of course, beyond that as well. You as a leader will be developing your leadership skills. You'll be connecting with other people across the globe, not just across your local city or state. And I already mentioned that chapters often do have cross-chapter events. You can join in webinars or speakers. For instance, maybe Ashika's chapter is running some kind of event and inviting a speaker from Microsoft to present. Other chapters will be more than welcome to join in on Zoom. And we typically share that information in a separate Discord group. There are lots of opportunities like that that allow you to establish presence on campus to support women in cybersecurity, but also any other members who would like to join it. Anybody can join your chapter. There is no restrictions whatsoever. So that's pretty much all we have on benefits. And the next thing is what are the requirements? The only requirement that I already mentioned is the president must be a WiCyS Global member. No other members of the chapter technically need to be members unless they would love to receive all the WiCyS benefits, such as internships, career fair, conference participation, mentorship program. The list goes on and on with scholarships, training opportunities that were mentioned with AWS, Google, and Bloomberg. There is lots of opportunities that WiCyS actually can provide to you. But at the beginning, whenever you recruit, people do not have to become right away WiCyS members. You also can see here that the chapter leadership of the organization must identify as women. However, the members themselves do not have to. Anybody can join, so everybody is welcome. And the faculty advisor could be any faculty on campus who is interested in providing support for the organization. Similar idea as a student club on campus. Quite often, all clubs would have a faculty associated with a club. And of course, commitment to diversity and inclusion and supporting your peers. That's pretty much what WiCyS is about.
Is so great. Thank you, Vitaly. Yeah, and so the long and short of it is you get seed funding for your student or for your student chapter. Your student chapter president will receive a WiCyS 2023 scholarship. Your faculty advisor will receive free membership to the WiCyS organization and will be prioritized for WiCyS opportunities, like a faculty grant to come to the conference themselves. And then on top of that, thanks to Microsoft Philanthropies, we have funding for 5 of your student chapter members to become WiCyS Global members. So that is all included in this programming, and we all have it managed super successfully and well, thanks to the hard work that Vitaly has always devoted and committed to us, and Pauline as well. And so, and of course, these wonderful volunteers that continue to be the trailblazing women that they are, and that's the existing student chapter presidents. So before we head on over to the Q&A section, I just want to remind everyone that WiCyS also has an initiative called the Alan Peller Cyber Talent Emergency Fund. And this is an opportunity for WiCyS members to receive up to, I believe it's $599 within 48 hours if they have a true financial emergency. So anyone that's on this call, and if you're a faculty joining us on this call, just so you know, keep this in mind for your students, that these emergencies could be their car broke down, they can't afford rent, there's a medical expense. We don't want these things to derail them and distract our students and our members from their studies. So they could receive this money in order to get them over that financial hump so that they could pay their bills and move forward and extend from it. But we've heard great stories about the help that the $599 has done to our WiCyS members in that quick, short amount of time. We have a very quick review process that's brought to us by the Last Mile Education Fund. They're partners of us with this initiative, and that information is on our website. So if you go to WiCyS.org under initiatives, drop down, and there's the Cyber Talent Emergency Fund. And one more thing to note is Last Mile Education Fund, who also has another funding opportunity that is brought to them through Microsoft Philanthropies. And this is for community colleges, and then also for different types of certifications to receive some scholarship information. Scholarship money. So you want to check it out. And the link is right there. So take a screenshot of it if you're listening to this, or replay it when you receive the recording, or check out our website, or check out Last Mile Education Fund website and scope out all these different scholarship opportunities. But know that WiCyS is here not only as a community, not only as these people that have taken the time of their day to be able to share all the joys of WiCyS, but we're also here to help you get over these financial strains and situations that arise along the way. So I'm going to end the slides and we get to the fun part, and that's opening up for Q&A. But I think we answered most of the questions. But Vitaly, I'll hand it back over to you for you to just kind of scope everything out. And please, audience, if you have any more questions, put them in here because we got the time to answer them. And plus, we have the student chapter presidents that could share their experience with you. So.
Yes, definitely. Please load our wonderful presidents with lots of questions. As faculty, we'll love to do this to students. So, all right. So we have a few questions that we may not have touched upon, maybe as deep as we should have. So one of the questions is, I'm the advisor for the WiCyS chapter at the community college, and I often get the question, is this club for women only? And is that not excluding others? Actually, this is for everybody. Anybody can join the chapter. The leadership is for women. Well, I guess it's a requirement per se. The leadership must identify as women. Everybody else can be anybody. Male can join, and more than welcome to join. And we do have lots of male students joining the chapter and tapping into the resources that WiCyS provides. We do have, oh, Ashika, we wanted to mention something?
Oh,
yes.
Go ahead.
Sorry. So, yes, so although WiCyS stands for Women in Cybersecurity, the student chapter is open to everyone. So this is something which happened at our university last year. So what I did is I sent the CTF scholarship link to my cybersecurity class students, and people who are interested took up for it. Not just women, also men took up for it. And one of the guy, and he literally cleared all the scholarships, and he's into the SANS training right now. So it's not limited at all. He was very thankful to me, and he said, thanks for pushing me forward. He thought it's just for women, but it's not like that. So everyone is open. We are inclusive.
I will say same thing happened with I know we always get questions like activities fairs, but yeah, we have several non-binary and male students in our organization, and they participated in NCL and CyberStart, and they're also applying to the conference. So it really is open to everyone.
Thank you very much. Yes, absolutely. And another question is, how do we get that badge that Lynn just shared for the student members? Reach out to us. If I probably cannot type the email, but it's student chapters, S at the end, at wicys.org. And if you are current existing chapter, we do have the badge. Because of succession and changing of presidents, sometimes that badge is not passed forward. However, we do have that badge, and as soon as you reach out to us, we will definitely email it to you. And another question is, I think when Mira was talking about competitions, what was the other competition that was mentioned outside of NCL? Thank you all for your time. That was the question. So what is the other competition?
Yes, it was CyberStart, which is offered, I believe, I forget exactly when it's offered, but I think it ends in late spring, early summer. Definitely, if you just look up CyberStart, like those two words together, you should be able to find more information on it.
Yeah, excellent. Yes. And there are, of course, other competitions as well. There are collegiate cyber defense, penetration testing competitions. There are lots of CTFs you can learn about on CTF time. There are lots of resources that we provide as well. And we talk about those during our meetings with chapter leaders, as well as on Discord. All right, so chapters started by teachers and professors. I'm unclear. I want to support women interested in cybersecurity. Thank you. They can be started by teachers and professors. However, typically it's reverse. Students do initiate the request, because if you as a professor started, I will actually reach out to you and say, hey, do you have actually a student chapter leader? Because without students, there won't be a purpose of starting the chapter. So you do have to find a chapter leader. And it could be a first-year student. It could be a graduate student, somebody who is interested. We do recommend that the student at least can serve for a year as a president, because, of course, succession plan should be in place by that time. It's quite difficult if a student is leaving in one semester and is able to only stay there for one semester. So that's the only thing that I would like to mention there. Can I share this video to send to others to watch later? Absolutely, yes. This video is recorded. It will be available on Bright Talk under WiCyS organization, Women in Cybersecurity. you'll be able to find lots of other webinars that already passed. And you are more than welcome to use any of those either for distribution during your chapter events or just presenting it in front of people and talking about WiCyS organization in general. So we discussed about what is involved in developing a chapter. And the last one was more of a comment that you would like to change the reality of seeing fewer and fewer women in classes. Absolutely right. That is an unfortunate reality in all CS classes, not only cybersecurity. So that's what WiCyS is trying to accomplish. Yes.
Well,
that was the last questions on the list.
Yeah, that was great. And I think we covered it all. I mean, the webinar covered so much. Well, I really appreciate everyone joining us and taking the time of their afternoon to join us and listening to about the Student Chapter Initiative. If anyone in the audience that has additional questions, all the information is shared on the bottom of your screen. I have it displayed on the bottom of your screen where it says where to go. But of course, that's at WiCyS.org, WiCYS.org. Under initiatives, the second drop down says student chapters. And then from there, you have all the information about the student chapter. And then also the email that Vitaly mentioned to reach out to, that's there as well. So please ping us. Get all your questions answered, but get the ball rolling. Like everything needs a starting point. If there are 2 women that are in your cybersecurity courses right now, get them together, get them started on a student chapter. You do not want to lose them. It's even more critical, the less women that you have in your classes, to get them together in a student chapter setting. And not only will it help expand your programming to others, but it will also ensure that they have a place where they belong, where they're retained in your program, and opportunities could come from there. So with that, I appreciate Vitaly, Pauline for taking the time and really just putting together this webinar for us and all the hard work that you do for WiCyS in general. You work constantly for us. And so we appreciate that. And Mira and Ashika, thank you so much for leading the student chapters and being the presidents. I'm always amazed when I pop into those student chapter leadership meetings and I walk away, I'm like, those are some pretty remarkable leaders. I mean, you ladies have it going on. I can't believe the programming that you put together, but also the way that you create and innovate and how you offer and assist other student chapters and really step up to the plate. Like, you're true trailblazers. And so we're really grateful to have you as part of the community. So with that, we will call it a day. Thank you so much for your time and attention.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.